He been ready. Awesome. Checking my stream on my end. Here it is up. Got one person watching. All right. So we got Tron here today, Mind of Tron. Got Nerdy Dude. He's going to be on here with us. Some of you are maybe familiar with his channel. All right. Bobby, welcome, welcome. We're going to get started. Bobby's the first one in. Shoot, Bobby, I should give you a tip. We should give Bobby a tip for showing up first. Nice. All right. So this is going to be on my end. It's really going to be a bit more of a podcast because my screen's kind of frozen up here, but that's all right. It's all good. We got 4 of us watching. This is the first one. We got, everybody's going to think you're me, Tron, because your picture's on my stream. The guy you see on the screen is Mind of Tron. Tron, go check out his channel. It's Mind of Tron. You should be able to find it on YouTube. All right. Saskia, welcome, welcome. So we got 6 here, ladies and gentlemen. As you come into the chat, live chat, we're going to be talking about Tron Dapps today. Hit that thumbs up. We're going to get it going. There's, thumbs up, thumbs up. So it's going to be Mind of Tron, Nerdy Dude stuff, and myself here. All right. Bitcoin for Life, what's up, man? Y'all, Bitcoin for Life. If you guys don't know him, he's got a YouTube channel too. You gotta go check out his channel. Listen, that guy sounds nice. He sounds exactly like a man I know personally. In fact, exact same name, exact same city. But I know for a fact it's not him because I actually reached out to that guy and was like, "Hey, you don't have a YouTube channel, do you?" And ironically, they're both truck drivers. That's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. Same name, both truck drivers, same type of voice, same like crazy enthusiasm to the voice. It's crazy. Oh. Yeah, listen, we can talk about it tonight. Crypto tab. I wish I wasn't. I wish your video was coming up for me, man. Let's see. Remove from call mute. See full video. It's not doing it. Oh well. Something happened in Tron here. His video froze up on my end for some reason. Anyway, yeah, man. The crypto tab browser. You guys think I'm crazy. I literally believe that project could be responsible for mass adoption. Literally. Yeah, you don't even know. Like you don't even once you start using it, it's just constantly earning for you behind the scenes. And it's nuts. It's the easiest thing to tell somebody about. I mean, even people that aren't in crypto, I've got some people that use it. People are like, "How do you get referrals?" The best referrals on the planet is just sharing it with someone that you personally know that you can talk to, that if they have questions, you can tell them about it, but you can because they'll just keep freaking using it. And I've got people who aren't even in crypto that are using it, and I promise you, they don't even know they're earning satoshis. I bet you they don't even check it. You know what? Even if it's like $50, $25 they didn't know about. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I use it all the time. And the day that I went in there and saw, and I mean, I knew I was getting Satoshis all along. I occasionally would hit the little button to see what it was up to, but I wasn't really paying attention to it. And then the day that I went to do a withdrawal, and I was like, wait a minute, 330, because right at that time, Bitcoin was right at $10,000. And I was like, wait a minute, $331? Like, are you shitting me right now? um, for nothing, nothing. And the thing about anything that's passive related, so there's different types of passive income, right? There's top tier products, which I've marketed those. I've marketed products all the way up to 10 grand. And you know, and the thing about anything that's like a top tier product or like $100 sale or whatever, the thing about that is it's always, you got to always go for that next sale. You always got to hustle for that next sale. Um, but even if it's like $100 a month, and let's just say you make 30 bucks off of that or 50 bucks off of that, if you could, you know, the thing is, it's $100 a month. It's a commitment someone has to make every single month for you to keep getting paid. There's no commitment to that browser, nothing. And and it seems like pennies, but the thing about those pennies, so it takes, you know, you got to get a lot of people using it. You got to have a lot of people in your network eventually. But keep in mind, it's free. And when Bitcoin goes on a bull market next time, how viral do you think that thing's going to be? Ev- Everyone's going to be, yep, yep. That doesn't happen. Yeah. Here's the thing: not only is it passive, it's stable. And you're right. The way that a good passive income like that works, look, it's just like the guy who starts in insurance sales. I got a buddy of mine who's a very successful insurance agent, makes a stupid sum of money today, but you know, he talked about, he's like, look, in the beginning, you better get out there and hustle your butt. And you feel like you are not getting paid enough. You're scraping by for gas money in the beginning. And here's how he said it: in the beginning, you'll work harder than you'll ever be compensated for. But eventually, you start getting compensated far more than you're ever worth. And that's how any passive stream is going to work, especially if it's something that's going to be stable and consistent. The only risk we have with CryptoTab browser, the only risk is that the company goes and does something stupid. Right, 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 right. Absolutely. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's a good one. Hey, can you guys? Someone said on my channel they can't hear me. They can only hear me. Do you guys know? Do you know Mtron? If anyone, okay. If only you knew how stupid I am technically. Um, okay. Let me see what to do. Hang on. Under sources. Okay. Tell me how to do that again. You gonna have to wait. You got to give me. You have no idea how technically stupid I am. It's on OBS. I've hit settings, audio. Where do you find sources at? What are you looking at? Yeah, OBS, LiveStream. Yep. Yep. Bluetooth. Okay, it doesn't give me the option. It says create add existing. Hang on. So go to sources, go to add. Got that, and then what? I wonder. It gives me two options: create new, but when I put, there's nothing there for create new. Audio output capture is all it says. Just click that. Yep. Got it.
Pull it.
Yo, I just found a homeless guy's Sharpie sign on the side of the road. I should grab that and start begging for change outside while I'm on the stream.
Oh, I got a funny freaking story about that. Hang on. Hey guys, let me know if you start hearing everybody. Hopefully that starts working. Hopefully I don't have to like start and stop back. Hey.
No, it should pick it up immediately.
Jizzy Mac, came in from Earth. All about passive income. Let me know if you guys can hear.
Nerdy dude stuff check 1 2 3. Nerdy dude stuff check 1 2 3.
I hear.
Oh, you hear
on Crypto Wealth stream, if you can hear nerdy dude stuff, type boner farts in the comments.
Or that.
And if you can hear Mind of Tron, 100 TRX giveaway after this stream.
How does he? Dude is just giving away Tron. Well, he's got it like that. All right, great. Everybody's here. Okay, so funny story. So Nerdy Dude just said, Nerdy Dude's out doing Ubering, and he just said, we got to take a break from the crypto stuff. You guys are not going to believe this freaking story. So Nerdy Dude said he's out. He is out Ubering, and he just happened to, he's at a gas station. He just happened to come out of a gas station, and he saw some homeless guy sign something about we'll work for food or whatever.
I'm going to take a picture of it, send it to M-Tron to put on his screen.
So here's the thing. Now, here's the thing. A buddy of mine has a furniture business, and it's one of these furniture businesses. I mean, some of you have never seen this, and the moment I tell you this, tomorrow you're going to see him because it's super common. But he sells mostly like bedroom sets and mattresses and stuff, and he sells them. And the way he sells them is his warehouse. He sells them all super dirt cheap. Actually makes good money doing it. But one of his primary ways of advertising, he puts out all these little bandit signs on the road that says like, no credit check, $40 down, queen size mattress or whatever. Okay, and then it creates phone calls. He gets people to come in, blah blah blah. So one of his customers leaves his warehouse. The guy just picked up like 2 mattresses. Okay. Just for us looking at your face. That's the face you see on the screen is not me. That's M-Tron, Mind of Tron. But anyway, he ends up sorry. So I don't know what I just did. I just did something weird on mine. So then he ends up his customer leaves the warehouse. On the way out of the warehouse, he happens to see a guy holding up a sign, and it was like we'll work for food type sign, but the guy was being funny. The sign was kind of big, and on it he said something like, too ugly to be a hooker, too stupid to steal. Please help. And now that's what the sign said, and that was funny. He took a picture of it on his phone. But when he drove past the guy, he took a picture in his rearview mirror. He was holding one of my buddy's signs. He had stole the sign. Now the sign said "too stupid to steal." He had wrote it on a stolen sign. The other side of the sign was the advertisement, $40 down, queen mattress or whatever. And I was like, oh my goodness. He sent me a text of that. I thought that is too freaking crazy. Mind of Tron. Someone on my channel wants to know, what Dapps are you in?
What Dapps am I in? I'm in a little bit of everything.
Like all of us?
Yeah, right. Name a Dapp, I'll tell you yes or no.
What name some of them?
Blaze Fury, Wink.io, Tron Go. Let's see. Here, let me pull up my wallet.
Wow. All about passive income says we need a Tron
Toucaneer.
podcast. Toucaneer.
That's Trevon James.
Man,
Dapp Trevon.
that doesn't need any introduction. We all know what that is.
Yeah.
Toucaneer. Yeah.
Toucaneer. Let's see. All right, we got Bitfury. That's been my biggest one lately.
Hey, can we actually
Beehive.
consider Bitfury a Dapp? Like, that's not even a Dapp.
No, that's I don't think it's on the blockchain.
Well,
So
the tokens on a blockchain, but that's all. It's just that's
yeah.
how. But it's just the token. But it's a Tron casino. Give them props for marketing in this space.
Yeah. Beehive. Frag.
Beehive. Wow, that's like what's that other one called? That's like the birds. What's the birds called?
I didn't get in the birds. I got in the shrimp.
Shrimp.
Oh, I could eat shrimp.
I'm not into shrimp. I'm not into birds. I'm not into toucaneer. I'm not into power bank. Are you in any of the hourglasses?
I'm in Pirate Bank too. I only did 100.
Look, at some point, it's a lot to manage. Like, it just has to be a lot to manage. It's bad enough that I'm chasing all these faucets.
Yeah, like, it's a lot to manage when you're in all those, and that's why I really liked the Tron Dash project until the developer's like, screw it, I want to play WoW Classic. I'm not even going to start working or continue developing this fantastic baseline Dapp that keeps track of everything. And now it's like, come on, man.
And I got into a lot of the small ones that didn't really take off too.
Okay,
so I've got.
Wait a minute, that's the next topic because he just mentioned Tron Dash, and I actually had. Here's a question for you two. What is the Dapp that you think had the most promise that didn't succeed or hasn't succeeded yet? Put it that way.
Tron Dash.
Okay, for you it's Tron Dash. Talk about Tron Dash because some people listening may not know what Tron Dash is, or why do you say that?
Tron Dash started off as a one-stop Tron Dapps shop, where if you have dividends in 10 different Dapps that are paying out, you can go on to Tron Dash, one page, and you can go through all those dividends, and you can either immediately like reinvest or withdraw them. And if you lost track of which ones you were in, you can pull up that. It would read your TRC, your Tron Link wallet, and say, oh, hey, you've got, let's just say I'm an idiot and I forgot about Wink. And then it's like, hey, you've got 1,500 Wink. You've got, 40 Tron coming to you today. And you're like, oh, yeah, let me go jump on Wink and see how much the price of that token is and blah, blah, blah. So that one just, he has this beautiful idea, and he could have easily started developing his own little, like, Dapps and games and stuff with that token. Otherwise, he just has this splash page, this capture page to go to, and a token that's not doing anything. And he's got, like, the Tron Dash Bank on there. He's got the Tron Dash Lotto. He just stopped developing and stopped caring, and the token went from like 2 Tron down to 0.09 Tron. And it's a bummer, man. It's a deflationary token. It was a lot of potential. I'd take it over if I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be interested.
What? How about you, M-Tron? M-Tron, by the way, is Mind of Tron. So if you're just hopping on or you're listening in, you're like, who's talking to? If you're on my channel. We're doing a dual stream with 3 of us. We got, and you'll see it later on, Nerdy Dude Stuff. This was just talking about Tron Dash. And then M-Tron, or Mind of Tron, is his channel. He's got a newer channel. He's got about 50 or 60 something subscribers right now.
86.
86 subscribers. Go subscribe to Mind of Tron. He's got a new channel growing over there. I'm all about helping people grow the channel. So go over there and subscribe to his channel.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Absolutely.
He's got to get.
And I'll be doing a gambling live stream after this on BetFury and giving away 100 TRX on the live stream.
There you go. But that's who we're talking to as well. And then of course, Crypto Wealth is here. Mind of Tron. So what for you? What's a Dapp that you've been a part of or wanted to be a part of, whether it was well known or not, that didn't make it that you kind of were hopeful about?
Dragon Castle.
Oh.
And what's that pirate social media one?
Black Pearl?
Black Pearl, yes. I was
Yeah.
hoping for that.
Yeah, but Black Pearl was never gonna make it. I mean, Black Pearl it was just a. I mean, it literally was Ponzi. I mean, Black
Yeah.
Pearl, but it was cool. That and
The
neat set.
thought of the social media aspect with a possible, and I was thinking more like the Hourglass contract with a social media platform. I think that, and then you start incorporating games off of that. I think that could go somewhere.
That's interesting. I want to make sure we come back around because I'd love to talk about my failure because it's a colossal failure. But it's interesting that you say that about the social aspect because a couple of things when you talk about the BDC contracts, virtual deposit contracts, with the Hourglass contracts. I actually think virtual deposit contracts is a much better name.
Yeah.
Shout out to blockchain for what is best. That was he coined that term.
Okay.
But the social aspect, that's the problem right now with like Bet Fury. Wink has that figured out to a T.
Yes.
Guys sit there and play Ring. Heck, I've sat in there and played Ring, and it's just fun to watch people talk, even if I don't talk with them.
Oh yeah.
Or Monopoly. Monopoly.
Dude, I'm not got
Check
into
it
that
out.
yet.
Check it out.
Monopoly on Rocket is awesome.
No, dude. Monopoly on Wink is insane.
On Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's live. It's a spinner wheel. But if you get on the rolls, then it starts rolling dice on a bouncer. There's live people. You need a VPN if you're in the U.S., but it is on point.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of videos, and I was like, wow, I need to check that out. It looks crazy.
But you
I gotta
can't.
check that out.
I don't think you can withdraw right now because they're trying to figure out the multi-currency payouts and incorporation with the MBTC token that they are incorporating all of them into, I believe.
So here's all right. Listen, we can get back to that. That multi-currency thing could be big.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's something that nobody else is doing right now. That could be big if they figure it out until the regulators show up. But
Yeah.
so you guys could almost guess what I think's the. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you. Freaking Blaze, dude. Blaze economy. It's essentially stick a fork in it. It's basically done. I don't think it's going anywhere. It has such a great concept. Such a good concept. And I don't even think the developer really truly understood what he had. I talked with the developer and I'm like, listen, you need to go sit in a corner somewhere in a quiet space and really think about where you want this to go vision wise, because he basically was doing whatever suggesting, any player that had a suggestion, he was trying to incorporate all of them, and it wasn't working. It didn't work effectively. It hasn't worked. I peeked at it today, and it's just like, oh, they made more changes. Yesterday, a buddy of mine told me they had one holder of points, and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh man, yeah.
I was so close to check
that
them
question.
today.
Yeah, when you brought up the question about like failed Dapps or could have been Dapps, I would have bet 1,000 Tron you were going to say Blaze.
Yeah,
I was like, he's going to say Blaze. I know it, and I agree 110%.
Well, you think about this for a minute. If the right developer realized how they did that point exchange system, you imagine if that point exchange was a part of either Wink or part of Bet Fury up in the corner or something or whatever. Nobody would care how long it took for that rate to go up. But eventually, when that rate hit up, eventually when it went up, it would be a lot of fun to play. It would add a whole another dynamic.
Oh yeah.
I honestly never actually truly fully understood the whole aspect.
It's not even worth explaining now because I think it's done.
So I was always just a little behind on that one, but I got into, what was that one that popped there for a minute. But I got big on, me and Nerdy got big on that one, and then they took off with the pump token and all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that?
You remember WoW? Tron WoW.
They took off, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They had the dice game. They had F-All.
I rode Tron Pile right down to the dirt.
Oh,
I did too. From the beginning to the end.
Yeah, it was Alpha 1. I don't know if I haven't seen him anywhere. He actually cashed out at a good time.
He did. Yeah, he messages.
He told me to. I didn't listen.
Yeah. I was like, it's too late now. But then when it went all the way down like 90% of what he cashed out. Like I was 90% lower than that. And I thought, well, I guess I could have cashed out when he cashed out and been done with that.
I think I still hold some pump.
I don't even think the site's active anymore, man. I've got Pump. The image is gone on the wallets and everything. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
Now Blaze, like what we were talking about with Blaze, I felt they did right was when you played the RNG, the high low game. Even when you lost, you didn't 100% lose out unless you rolled a 0, but you didn't 100% lose out, so it didn't feel like the losses were as catastrophic as if you were just playing like a dice game. Whether you're gambling or mining for like the dividend paying tokens, you bet high and you get a slightly low number. You don't lose that 100 Tron, maybe you won 68 Tron back. It really kind of kept you going. Okay, it's like, all right, well, let me do another roll, and maybe this will give me 150 Tron, so I make up for the 32 Tron that I lost in this roll. And it just, they had it right, and nothing else has come back with that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a lot of things right. That was the thing. There was so much opportunity. The idea that there was an actual Dapp that was unique and was beatable with patience and time and is unbelievable. Like, it was a game that could be beatable. And the reality is, and anytime I said that, I got so pissed off early on when I started playing. One of the guys that was very popular, I'm not going to say his name, but he or his nickname, but he was very popular in the forum. He reached out to me for something, and we were chatting back and forth, and I was like, they've really got something incredible here. Like, there could come a time when people are like, Blaze playing for a living if this is big enough. Because you could make a lot. At one point, man, holy crap. And I mean, with the few players that we had, I mean, there were several times I probably knocked down like $5 or $10 a day just playing this stupid game, and I thought, man, if this was 10 times bigger, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But he was like, oh yeah, good luck with that, and he just saw it as gambling, and I'm like, wow, what are you? And he was supposed to be, anyway, it doesn't matter what he did, but he was supposed to be influential, and I thought, wow, you're really missing the mark. Like, how are you missing this?
Yeah.
But and then it just I don't know, man.
Blaze was just, it was a great Dapp. It was just intimidating to try to learn. And the Mind of Tron said it best in the beginning that he just was slightly behind and just couldn't catch up with it by the time anything really was worth putting the effort into it.
The problem is some of the developers, or at least some of the community members, knew that, and somehow they thought it was a good thing. I remember that I'm trying to nickname was in the chat, and one day he was talking about, hey, we need some simple stuff here. But I'll give you an example. They came out with a dice game or dice version, basically battles, and when they re-up battles, which I think is still over there. It was no longer against two people. It was kind of against a house, so to speak. And if I remember I can't remember exactly how to set it up. But anyway, it was essentially a take on a dice game. They wouldn't call it dice. I noticed the tweak that I noticed yesterday was that now they call it dice battles to be more in line with what the heck it was the whole time. But they wouldn't call it dice because somehow they looked down on that. And it's like, okay, let's just make it more complicated and not easy to understand when someone shows up. But
yeah.
But anywho, let's move on. Let's talk about. You were talking about. You were talking about something. What were we talking about before I went over there and talked about Blaze? I said we'll get back.
Dragon Castle.
Oh, Dragon Castle. Someone on my stream, by the way, is Sky people? Is that the Dragon Castle people?
Yeah, that's what they said, but it was never verified by Sky people.
Okay.
Dragon Castle said it, and they had pictures of them and Sky people together, but I never heard anything about Sky people actually verifying it on their end.
Okay. Well, I want to make sure we talk about the $200,000 challenge because I want us three to do something interesting with that. But we'll get to that in a minute. I don't want to forget about it. I just write it down so I don't forget it. Someone on my stream just asked me a while ago where was the best SR representative. Right now, Sky People is paying 100% of their rewards out. If you freeze Tron with Sky People, they're paying out 100% right now. And the way you can check on that, if you're freezing Tron and earning, there's a lot of reasons to freeze Tron. Some people like to, some people don't. But you can, there's a website, I think it's Token Goodies, GOODIES.
Yes.
.com.
Yeah.
you can go see what currently is. Any of the SRs can adjust what they pay out at any point in time. So it's a good idea to check over there at least once a week, couple times a month, and see who's paying out what. And I'll say this much: I don't recommend always just going to the highest. Know what the people
I
are
like
about a little bit.
Beatscoin. I like Beatscoin.
What do you like about Beatscoin? Crypto Tone talks about it all the time.
Viber Vid.
Tell me more. I don't know anything about it.
It's a social media. It's a YouTube on the blockchain.
Yeah, but
And
do they need the token? Like, do they have to have a token for that?
You can incentivize people to watch your videos, specific videos, instead of paying for a subscribe. Instead of paying money on YouTube, you can pay in Bitcoin for people to watch your video, and then you can also have videos where people pay for your quality or your content. So it's a YouTube runner-upper on the blockchain. So I personally think it's the next step to get rid of YouTube and move on to blockchain technology.
Yeah, but they're not actually operating. It's not actually operating on the blockchain, is it? It's just the tokens of blockchain. I mean, it's
I don't think so. I think they need to incorporate something. If they get in contact with like BitTorrent, get everything on the blockchain, I think it could go somewhere.
Yeah, so that's because a buddy of mine who's a lot smarter than I am about this stuff.
Nerdy dude stuff. What way you turning?
Left.
No, that's wrong. You got to go right to be right, man.
I think I'm gonna start heading home. I'm not gonna probably get any more overtime in tonight if we're doing the stream.
This is more fun anyway. People are actually in my chat talking about Bankroll or Toucan.
Oh, Bankroll.
Can we if we're gonna talk about Bankroll, can we talk about Frag? Frag is mine.
Yes.
I love Frag.
Did any of you guys dump on Moon? If you got into Moon,
dude, can I just admit that I don't know how to say this. God, I hate to be ugly because Bankroller came on to my one of my videos and he was so nice and explained like he was just polite, and I don't love Bankroll. I don't see anything. All I see is one virtual contract on top of another virtual contract on top of another virtual contract.
It's so complicated and layered, man.
I put 100 at a time. That's it, and I just let it roll. I've got like 500 into it, and that's it.
Well, I got like 4,000 or 5,000 over there, and it's just in credits, and I keep rolling it because that's like the bottom VDC. And and I give Bankroller credit. The guy seems to keep it going. Like he seems to keep. I mean,
he's active. He's
active. He's out there. He's communicating. I mean, I think he's got some ideas. But who knows where it goes? All right.
What about what about? Yeah, no. You laughed when I said Beehive.
Yeah, I think it's just a
round 2.
Yeah, but I think it's just a. I mean, I think it's a fancy Ponzi.
I do too, but every time I've ROI'd so far, and I haven't shared it or anything, I put 100 in, and I get like 150, 200 back every time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, to each his own. I mean, 100% to each his own. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying there's nothing revolutionary about it. But I gotta admit, I find it fascinating how many times in the crypto space they can reinvent a Ponzi scheme and everybody jumps into it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I mean, everyone, I hate to say it this way, especially viewers and everyone that's new in the crypto space, people are looking to be scammed, man. I've got that video up talking about, and I know this is a little off topic from like the Dapps and Tron, but I've got that video about a legitimate hack, not a legit hack, I'm sorry, a legitimate scam that claims they're a CryptoTab browser hack. And my video's got like, I think it just popped up to 50,000 views. And I have a fake email on that account. And in the video, I'm like, this is a scam. Don't waste your time. This is a scam. Let me show you it's a scam. and I'm so pissed YouTube demonetized that video because of like I think I drop an S-bomb and I spill my beer at the beginning of the video, and people email me all the time like, hey man, can you help me out? Can you do this? Can you do that? And I'm like, this is a fake email. This is just to prove a point that people want to be scammed. So it's gonna keep happening, and the crypto space is gonna keep happening, and it sucks because everyone won't do their due diligence to do any research on anything, and they're just looking for that quick magic button that's gonna make them rich overnight.
Well, yeah, but let's face it. A lot of people know. Like people know. 50 to 80% of people, maybe 90% of people in Beehive, know what it is. Just like what was that P3T and Black Pearl. The majority of people know. But it's amazing how many people. See, here's the issue with crypto, and I've said this before. You have to take personal responsibility.
Yes.
You cannot. If cryptocurrency ever had mass adoption, you can't ever say. There's nobody you can go to and say, "Oh, I lost my private keys. There was $10,000 there. Can you help me get it back?" No,
Right.
Never. I lost $1,000 worth of I think Ethereum on MetaMask because I thought I had my thing wrote down, my little 12 words or whatever it is.
I remember your video when you said that.
I had an original Xbox stolen from me in 2008 with 8 Bitcoin on it. I know the feeling.
So yeah, and the thing is that people like there's a guy who there's another YouTuber that he's always promoting these, get rich quick, pays 1% a day, blah blah blah, always. And of course he always tells people, hey, could be a scam. I think this will, there's always a reason why it might not be, and I get it. Listen, I'm not immune to this stuff. I've been into it too. I've always looked for a reason that I think could be legit. I'm biased to look for that, but I know what I'm getting into. And he's always said that in all of his videos, and I don't watch a lot of his videos, but I just happened to see one of the commenters, and this guy reamed him out about, blah, 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 you shouldn't talk about this, you carry influence, so on and so forth. And I just commented on the guy's stuff, and I said, hey, man, he tells you on every video, be careful, we don't know. And he's like, well, he should be careful what he talks about, people pay attention. I said, so what's the other option? He never talks about this stuff?
Exactly. Like, he's got the freedom to talk about whatever the heck he wants to do.
Yeah, but the guy come back and he's like, yeah, I guess I didn't think of it that way. And so he kind of came around, which was cool. But it's like, people, you got to take responsibility for yourself. The biggest resistance to mass adoption is humans' lack of personal responsibility.
Exactly.
I got called a scammer for promoting tronbet.io, exit scam, or wink.org video.
Listen, don't worry. You're at 80 subscribers. You'll get called that a gazillion times.
You'll get some nice emails. Trust me.
Yeah. God bless them.
Hey, I'm excited.
And you gotta have some thick skin, and you got to know who you are, regardless of who your commenters think you are. I mean, for the most part, there's some good people that's been on my channel forever, and I see their comments, and it's like I don't know, I don't even know them, and I feel like we're friends, because we're like in the same space, doing the same thing, navigating the space, learning, growing. It's a lot of fun. But but you will always get idiots and haters, and you just got to know who you are. God bless them and move on.
But
the idiots and haters only last for like an email or a comment or two, and then you look at the relationships that like the three of us have developed, where we've been actively in contact with each other for let's just estimate the past 6 months, because we're those YouTubers. Whereas I'm sure the first person
I think it was March, February.
Yeah.
So
we've got a positive relationship versus the dingus that sent me a nasty, you're a scammer because you're talking about cryptocurrency back in March. It's like, cool, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's like, I told on one of my Crypto Tab videos, like, this is a scam. I was like, dude, how's it a scam? Like, it doesn't cost you a thing. Shut up.
Oh, I loved that, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't actually say shut up. I don't tell people to shut up. But I was like, come on, dude.
Yeah. And Mind of Tron, when you get a little bit bigger on YouTube, when you get to 1,000 subscribers and 10,000 watch hours, those people that are jumping on to throw hate your way and throw shade and call you a scammer, they just gave you a freaking nickel for the interaction that they put on your video. So thank you very much.
For sure. I did an XRP video on purpose. I'm not a super XRP fan. Go ahead.
I love XRP personally.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So I did this XRP video that I was hating on XRP, and I knew it was going to get trashed. And it was the first video that kind of sort of went viral a little bit. Like it blew up that day, and it was because all the XRP haters come out of the woodwork commenting on my video, and the YouTube algorithm was loving it. I got so many dislikes in that video. Every time I get a lot of, I mean, I don't ever like getting like, I prefer not to get like 75% likes, 60% likes. That's kind of down the road. But if I get 80 or 90% dislikes, I'm okay with it. If I get 80, 90% likes, I'm okay with it. Like,
it's activity.
yeah, it's activity. It's activity. And most people don't realize what happens when someone. It's amazing how many people don't understand how the algorithm works. When someone dislikes your video, it does good things for your video, and it actually helps you with that person. It's kind of like if you've ever used Pandora or whatever, and if you skip a song or you thumbs down a song, you don't hear it that much anymore. It prevents the algorithm from showing your videos back to that person who dislikes your videos. So the flip side of that is, if there's a YouTuber you like their content, but they happen to talk about something you don't like, and you think you're going to be cute and dislike the video, well, you got to be careful because you're going to see less of their content. So if you overall like their content, just let that dislike slide.
Don't like it. Just don't like it.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Yep,
but it's also fun if you get the haters and they leave a comment on your video and you thank them for commenting, or you kind of like needle them back and then they come back and respond. That's more activity because that's another view on your video.
I almost always respond. I mean, I still can respond to most all my videos. Rarely do I not respond to comments or like them. And thankfully, I'm not so busy that I can't do that. But yeah, I try not to. I reckon. Listen. I'm all about personal freedoms. You have the freedom not to like what I'm doing. Just like, I can't believe how many people somehow hate crypto faucets like it's the worst thing on the planet. And I'm like, get over it. It's okay. But it's fine that you don't like it. It's fine that you think it's stupid. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. It is what it is either way.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It's positive either direction because everybody's got their own opinion, and they're at least able to show their own opinion. Whether it's positive, negative, it's still a good opinion for everybody to hear.
For sure. Hey, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching any of our streams, make sure you smash that like button. Do me a favor, if you haven't, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification icon. We're over here just hanging out. It's Mind of Tron. Check out his YouTube channel. If you're not on his stream, go look up Mind of Tron. Nerdy Dude Stuff. Go check out his YouTube channel as well. Hit that subscribe button, that bell notification icon, and of course, this is me, Crypto Wealth. So, let's talk about. I still want to get to that $200,000 challenge, but before we go there, let's talk about what are your thoughts on? I'd love to hear you two's thoughts on like, I guess we'll just go down the gaming dapps. Let's start with Tron Bet. Like, what did you think when it came, or Wink? What did you think when it came out? Where are you at with it now? What are your thoughts? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I absolutely love Tron Bet. I was in it from pretty much the beginning, and I bought and sold ante as it came through. I even sent some ante to Nerdy Dude Stuff. I said, hold on to it, right when it gets started, and and I was scared about a scam. I was scared about what they were doing when they came over to Wink, but then I understood it was more a partnership, more of a platform for multiple partnerships, both on and off blockchain. So I was happy.
How about you, Nerdy?
For Nerdy, I missed the initial start of Tron Bet when it was lucrative to get in and to mine the token. So I felt when Wink came, I really liked the platform. I thought they're very well organized. It's probably the big daddy Dapp that's out there, always has the consistent dividends. So when they switched over to Wink, I was like, hey, this is a second chance to get in there, start mining the dice token when it was like 100 Tron per wager to get a dice token. So it was a second chance to get into Tron Bet for me, and I mined up the token pretty solid. I mean, I only plopped out 1,500 dice tokens. I did mine it with the anticipation and the hopes that the dice token would replace the anti-token on Tron trade and be worth, anywhere fluctuating from like 22 to 35 Tron based on the market. I'm a little peeved that they haven't put the dice token up to trade and it's only the win token. And there's really not a way to earn the win token outside of like a purchase, unless I'm completely ignorant to it. So, I mean, I really like the platform. It's smooth. It's a great Dapp to introduce everyone into, easy to understand. I just would like the dice token to be listed in the the poker one as well to be listed on
Rake.
Yeah, I love the rake
Rake.
token.
Thank you.
I love the rake token. I actually think I love rake. I haven't played on it much this week or last week, but I usually play poker in the evenings. In fact, any of you want to play poker with me, you can join me. I've seen some of my subscribers in there. I mean, there's anywhere from 1 or 2 tables running to 5 or 6 tables running, and I'm usually in there 3 or 4 nights a week.
Let me know when you're on. I'll live stream it. I'm down to play some.
I would never live stream poker. You're asking
Why
for
not?
permission because you're asking to be colluded against. They can all see what your hand is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good idea.
You don't live stream poker, man. You record poker and upload it.
Record. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. So so my thing with TronBet, I mean, I missed the initial mining phase as well. Like I was just kind of getting it, and I remember seeing Trayvon talk about it, and I mean, I thought, okay, I didn't see it as that big a deal at first, and then obviously 888 came out, and we can talk about 888 in a minute, but they both kind of sort of got super stagnant for a while, and I thought, wow, they're not doing anything. Like I kind of thought they might be headed to the boneyard, to be honest with you. But one thing always shocked me about TronBet before it was Wink was that the token price stayed up. They had the most loyal players forever. And they've always
they still do.
Yeah, they've always had they've always had one of the biggest div pools consistently, even on the down day. But the thing about they came out when they came out with the Wink token. I mean, there's things I like about it and things or Win token. There's things I like about it and I don't like about it. I can't. First of all, their overall vision of what they're trying to accomplish is borderline insanity if you stop and think about it. Like, every token comes out and says they want to do what Win is trying to do. I mean, let's face it, Banker over there, Bankroll says he wants to do that. You know, Toucaner wants to do that. They all want to be this platform. But the reality is, why is someone going to use your platform except that they want access to your user base, but the user base... Wing could pull it off because they actually do have such a large user base. But, you know, it's just so optimistic right now, I think, to what they want to accomplish. If anybody can do it, they can do it. I just think we're a long ways away from becoming the platform that they envision. However, I don't fully understand all this multiple tokens. I actually think that creates a lot of confusion when you're on the website. I think 888 kind of has them on that. But I've looked at that several times. I think part of the reason they do that is regulations. I think that it's not by accident that you can't mine the Win token. I think that if they ever had to, see, there's stages of potential regulatory issues. The idea that you can mine a token through playing a game and then earn rewards off that game is 2 different regulatory issues. And if the issue is that you can mine it by playing, which is nothing more than, it's not really mining, right? It's just rewards distribution.
Yeah.
So if there is a possibility that could be a regulatory issue in and of itself, and if it was, they could simply jettison the rate token, the live token. They could get rid of all those if they had to. And then they still have the Win token potential.
And those are the original investors of the platform.
Yeah, or anyone else who wants to buy it on Tron Trade. And it's of all the tokens, that's the one I want, because I think that's the one, if they achieve their vision, then that's the token you're going to want to own. If they achieve their vision.
If they've got the multiple tokens on there, they should, I mean, if I could make a suggestion to them, allow me to exchange like my dice tokens for Win tokens or something, you know?
I think that's in the plan. I think that's fully in the plan.
I got a little other cryptocurrency type thing. It just popped up on my phone. Are either of you... No, Nerdy Dude Stuff, you invited me to this. Pi.
Are they doing anything yet? I turned off the notifications. I got sick of getting the 24-hour, you need to start mining again.
What is that? I see that advertised on, like, Ad BTC.
It's what Electronium wanted to be for mobile platforming, mining simulation.
Yes. And I still do it. There's over 1 million pioneers on it. I'm up 6,765 pi, and I do it daily.
Does that have a value?
Not yet.
No value as of yet.
Well, with all due respect, let's talk about it when it has value.
True.
I mean,
True.
that's a lot of time and effort. Just to. By the way, speaking of faucets, and we talked about this is a good way to segue. I talked to you guys before we went live. Speaking of regulations, because it amazes me how many people are screaming for regulations in this space. I personally don't think regulations are going to come out positive. I just don't.
Not at all.
Not optimistic about that at all. And I think it's going to screw all the little guys in the name of safety and security. We got to protect you because there's scams. And it's amazing because I think a lot of people in this community, when mass adoption starts to hit and more people jump on board, more people are going to be victims. More people are going to show lack of personal responsibility. More people are going to scream for regulations to protect us, which is the exact opposite, in my opinion, of what cryptocurrency was created for. And it's designed to operate in an environment without centralization. But speaking of regulations, and all three of us mess with the different crypto faucets. Faucet Hub, I just accidentally found this out today on my last video that I put out about the challenge. I downloaded and started using the Maze bot, which Nerdy Dude covered on his channel, and I made a video about it today. But on that Maze bot, it shows you different. I started going around to the different hubs, and I was looking at the Faucet Hub faucets, and I don't mess with any of those. I don't think I ever have messed with any of those. But all of a sudden, I was noticing they were all like dead, and there's a big thing about Faucet Hub going out of business. So I went to Faucet Hub's website, and they've got this long announcement on their website basically saying that it seems like they were being proactive. I don't think they've gotten in any trouble. They just didn't want to get in any trouble. And so they ended up basically saying that they could be, by some countries' laws, they could be considered a money changer. And therefore, they were essentially going out of business, and they were going to create a pay-to-click platform or whatever. And rebrand themselves. And I thought, wow, something as innocent as a freaking faucet is going out of business because of potential regulations.
Yeah, but I mean, they also dabble a little into the darker side of things versus like Free BitCo, which states that they utilize all the mining and the dice game that they have on there to purchase more mining power, quote unquote. But I covered that in the video on what really keeps that platform going. Whereas all the other faucets are surviving based on advertising and click ads and traffic being drawn to their page, and advertisers are paying for those views. So I think that starts dabbling into that regulation territory where you play on freebitco.in and you're not going to see an ad anywhere.
Oh, I would disagree with you on that. I don't think there's anything wrong with the advertising. Now you could actually, so there's interesting things about regulations. For example, Moon Bitcoin. If Moon Bitcoin, technically, they could be seen as a bad light because people use whatever ad platform, their Coinzilla, Mellow Ads, or whatever, to get ads or banner ads, and they show up all over Moon Bitcoin. But there's some interesting court precedents that holds advertisers not liable for what they show advertising of, as long as they don't have an ownership stake in it. So I don't necessarily know that Moon Bitcoin will ever run into an issue like that. I just think the issue with Faucet.io, because they were like CoinPot. And because they were dealing with multiple currencies and you could exchange the currencies on their platform, just like CoinPot, I think that's what they were saying the issue was.
Well, let me stop you real quick, and just for your viewers, because you brought up MySpot and CoinPot and Moon Bitcoin. If you use and this is a sidebar, if you use MySpot for Moon BTC, Moon Doge, Moon LTC, Moon Bitcoin Cash, you will get your account banned.
Yes, absolutely.
Just want to let you guys know that one.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I thought about that towards the end of my video, and I made sure I mentioned it. But yeah, you only want to use it for free BitCo.
Yes.
But it's pretty amazing. But except it's in Portuguese. Dude, I would not have figured it out. Do you speak Spanish or Portuguese?
No.
You might need to do a video on how to do that, because I still can't figure that out.
Go watch his video, or go watch my video. I literally followed his instructions, and I made a video about how to do it today on my channel. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's and once you do it, it's like, oh, that's easy. But I don't know if I'd have been smart enough to figure it out on my own. I don't know if you found somebody else's video or you just figured it out on your own. But I followed some Portuguese guy, and I couldn't understand him. I was like, okay, Nerdy Dude's got this somewhere on his channel.
Where I learned how to do it, it's like, I don't know if you guys, as crypto YouTubers, there's like
You're
or
breaking up.
something.
You're
Like
breaking
What
up.
happened there? What happened there?
You were breaking up, man. We heard none of that.
All right. So there's a YouTuber. I think she's Vietnamese, and she does all of her videos in Vietnamese with English subtitles. And I think it's called like Making Money with Ariba, or I don't fully remember. I'm not subscribed to her, but that's how I found my spot. And since I was able to read the subtitles on how to do everything, kind of let me comprehend easier than just like if you look at my channel, I'm from New York. I'm a fast talker. A lot of the times people are like, slow down, man. And I try to cram so much content into like 12-minute videos, like my beer. So I sometimes feel like it's being, whereas on Making Money with Ariba, I was able to read it and get it done real easy.
By the way, I think I came across the channel. It's like a Zia or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like Filipino. She's got tons of Filipino content. Yeah. Yeah. So the MySpot's interesting. So it works well. The only faucets. I mean, some of my commenters have said that they use like all the moon faucets, bonus Bitcoin. I just don't have time to chase down all those faucets. Like for me, it's Moon Bitcoin, it's Cointoply, and Free Bitco. Or Free Bitcoin.
Do either of you have Android?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. It's Dogecoin. I don't know if either of you are interested, but CoinGit has an app that you can sit there and just roll Space Wheel, I think it is, and you get Dogecoin. You get a couple Dogecoin just rolling a thing, and literally you could be working, holding your phone, hitting the button, waiting, and every couple hours you can check on that, and I get like 3 or 4 a day-ish. Dogecoin. Way under a cent, like a tenth of a cent or a hundredth of a cent. But it was at like 25 cents the last bull run, I believe.
Well, that's the thing about all this stuff. Like, it sounds like it's pennies. You know, there's all these. You can do all sorts of pay to sites and earn like a penny or a fraction of a penny, but it will always be a fraction of a penny. Man, you earn a Satoshi, you never know what that's going to be worth in the future.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's people sometimes sleep on that part. The whole main reason that I'm even messing with the faucets, I mean, I've always like known about them or whatever, and I think that's probably how I made my first little Bitcoin too, way back then. But the whole thing was CryptoTab. I was like trying to figure out a way. Like, is there a way to like bootstrap and promote CryptoTab if you have no social media following? And I think there is a way, but you've got to really hustle to do it. I mean, you got to hustle and grind it out in the most excruciating grind. You're better off to go join a meetup about cryptocurrency and tell some of those guys about the CryptoTab browser. Than just trying to grind it that way. But it is possible. I mean, I'm doing it. I'm actually creating a whole product. I'm going to talk about it on my email list about how you can do it, and I'm going to try to figure out about how long it would take and etc. But it's doable. But I hit the same faucets all the time. Same thing with AdBTC. AdBTC is a freaking gold mine as far as just trying to pay to click. Like, they pay I mean, you earn in the world of Satoshis, you know, several hundred Satoshi every single day, you know, without having to use a bot or whatever. Just click on some ads and you'll get them.
Yeah.
But here's my new favorite faucet if we're going to talk about faucets. Freaking, and I've known about this forever. I made videos about it and everything. But again, it's just like CryptoTab. You find out something beautiful about it later. Freaking Cointoply. Cointoply is a freaking gold mine. Did either one of you use Cointoply?
I have an account on there. I haven't been on it in a while.
Here's what you do on Cointoply. I just found this and I was like, oh, this is next level. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, if you're on my channel, all my links for all this stuff is down in the description. But Cointoply, here's what's interesting about Cointoply. So you go over there and you roll for, first of all, one thing I like about Cointoply is they're like free Bitcoin, is in the fact that you're actually getting paid USD denominated in Bitcoin. So when the market is down, like right now, you're earning more Bitcoin. Or more Satoshis.
Right. Yep.
And I love that about freebitco.in. So that's how Cointoply does it. But here's what you do over there. You roll the faucet. The faucet's cool. However, you got a long shot of hitting their little jackpot, and the jackpot, it's like anywhere from $10 to $40 or $50 any given day, and so that's cool. But then you're rolling for their points, okay? And their points are redeemable in USD, but then they actually don't pay you in USD; they pay you in Bitcoin. That's how it works. So, but you go over there, of course roll the faucet, but then they got these little micro tasks. So there's one of them called minute staff. Minute staff, you just gotta check it periodically. There's several little things you can do over there. One of them is like just click on a website. You just click on the website. There's no timer. You click on it and close it off. You make 5 coins. Then there's one you click on it. You stay there for like 15 minutes. They pay you like 25 coins for every single one of them. Now, mind you, coins are like 25 coins is probably 40 or 50 satoshis, and sometimes there'll be like 10 or 15 of these things, and you just click. So that's cool. It is what it is. That's so in the same category as like AdBTC or something.
Yeah.
But they got surveys. Now I'm not a fan of surveys, especially most surveys. I've tried that years ago before college was even a thing, like 19 years old. And you spend 30 minutes trying to fill something out, and then you don't qualify, you get nothing.
Right, you got to complete like 3 silver options and 1 gold option, and then a platinum option. It's like, nah.
Yeah. So then, someone just asked me what I think about Bet Fury. I love it. Go watch some of my channels, some of my videos. So so here's the thing about Cointeply. They have one of their survey. There's several survey companies now. I've only got one of them running right now, and it's the highest rated one. I guess everybody does it, but it's Theorem Research. Click on Theorem Research. You have to fill out a profile. You fill out your profile, you're good to go. Then every time you log in, they got a survey. Their survey will pay out like 400 to 5,000 coins. But if you don't finish the survey, or if you don't qualify, depending on how far you went in that survey, you get a percentage of those coins. You can sit there, and I kid you not. One of my other buddies who's in Faucets, he's like, I sat there and messed with that faucet. He said in like an hour, I made like $3 in coins, and I was like, that's crazy. So that's what had me start messing with Theorem Research. But yesterday I was there for 40 minutes. I didn't finish one survey all the way through, but I finished up with like 2,000 or 3,000 coins, which is like 20 or 30 cents. But in Satoshi's value, when you look at what you can do on a faucet or whatever else, that's a lot. But Cointeply. It's like you can just and speaking of referrals, it's my best earner by far. You make 20% on, you make 50% on the faucet. You make 20% on anything they do on surveys, and everybody does surveys. And just like what you were saying, Tron, they got a community chat that people freaking love. There's like 900 people in the freaking chat. It's enormous. So that's by far my favorite faucet, probably.
And the social aspect is what gets everybody.
Yeah.
And keeps us all engaged into whatever platform it is. And that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, so look, I go over to Cointeply, and I don't do nothing with it for a long time. See, they used to have a game on there, kind of like Satoshi Labs, but it was better. And unfortunately, it was too aggressive. They had to stop it. And they actually paid everybody out. They just paid you out in installments. They're basically going bankrupt because it's too aggressive. And when they stopped the game, I thought, well, that sucks. I was really over there just to play their little mining game they had. It was kind of fun. So I was like, that sucked, and I kind of forgot about it. And then when I finally had that big withdrawal from what was it?
CryptoTap.
Yeah, I started looking at all my faucets and looking at all my earners, and that one had something like, I don't know, 300,000 coins, which ended up being like just over 400,000 Satoshi or something. And I was like, good Lord. And it's just and I don't think I've ever made a video. If I have, it's only been 1 or 2. I've never made a video. I haven't made any videos outside of the mining game, I don't think, about Cointeply. I should make some videos about it just because the referral program, they pay 20% on their offer walls, and you can also watch videos. I used to do that. Just play it on my computer and walk away. You come back with like 200 coins, 300 coins in there. There's so many things you can do over there that don't take a lot of effort. But You make 20% on first level referrals, and you make 10% on second level referrals. And evidently, it adds up. People do it.
Yeah, I want to check Coin Supply more, but I will, as a YouTuber and stuff, I'll fight you tooth and nail that free BTC is the best faucet.
Oh, but you're biased only because you've had a few Bitcoin
Yes.
whales, man.
Yes, yeah, that's very true, and that's why I add the precursor in there as like a YouTuber, because I mean, like, Coin Supply I looked at, and if it's something I'm at work and I'm taking a peek at, what's something really quick, if I can't get it within like the next 5 minutes, or if someone's looking over my shoulder, I'm trying to minimize the screen, there's a good chance I might forget about it and be like, oh, I want to do this when I get home, but then I get home and I do a video and I forget about it. Whereas free Bitco, you just literally sign up and you click a button and you make sure you do it every hour, and then if you go crazy, you can play the high low game. But what I really like a lot about free BTC is the earning. So you earn the interest based on how much Satoshi you hold. And I think that's a cool little knack that they've got on there. And the payout's not terrible. I think it's like 7.5% annually or something like that. And that's going to be compounding. It gets paid out every day. Yeah, I think it might be 4.89 now or something. But I mean, that's still, you get paid out daily, which then compounds into your balance, and you just don't go and waste it. But you're right. I mean, I did get lightning in a bottle a couple of times, and there'd be a time where I'd just sit there and watch the screen with that Cryptalis millionaire wager guy. My Satoshis were just going up and up and up and up and up.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. So I'll give you one thing about free Bitco.in is because of their multiply game, they don't have a lot of. Obviously, it's a good earner if someone's playing it, but you don't have to deal with the ads. It's quickly pump in and pump out. I love I love the reward point system. I love that they're aggressive about promotions. They're always emailing you with what's running, which is awesome if you have referrals because they get those same promotions and marketing.
Yes.
And so it brings people back to it. So I love that aspect of it as well. But I'm glad you mentioned the earnings. So Quintuply pays 5%, just an FYI.
Oh, okay.
5%. If you have at least 35,000 coins, which it occurred to me today. Why would you ever withdraw those 35,000? Like you should put 35,000 in there and just leave them. You know. Like
unless you're in a pickle and you need that 35,000, just like with free BTC. With like, if you're in a pickle and you need, most of the time, if I'm withdrawing and I'm not earning, it's when I get about $10 for the Bitcoin. But that's only because I want to move it over to. I want to make my money work more for me, and I move it over to like KuCoin shares or
KuCoin shares.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you brought that up. We gotta talk about KuCoin shares, man. You got me on that one. I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
I got a buy order right now on KuCoin. I'm still waiting for it to hit. I always put in my limit order below the market. And and I always pull up the daily chart and I just kind of create my own like support line. And I just put my buy order there at the support line. And so I'm literally, or just above it, and I'm literally waiting for it right now. Anthony Marshall just said he's got 70,500 BFG right now, bringing in 500 Tron a day.
Wow.
Good job.
How much did that cost?
Good job. Wow, congratulations.
Nice. It probably didn't cost him as much as you think. I mean, I guess it depends on if he's straight-minded or. I mean, you can figure it out. I don't know. Exactly.
I've got a good gambling mining strategy that I do on my live streams, and I do it very low, and I win about like 150, 200 on a live stream. And then like 400, 500 BFG.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, but if you just mine BFG, like you get a lot of it. I mean, look, one BFG I think is 24, 23 TRX wagered. I mean,
yeah.
I think the other day I did 548 Tron, and I just put it on 95% with a 10 Tron bet. And I mean, after I hit a zero balance on my Tron, I had mined about 2,200 BFG.
Yeah, and what did you start with? 500?
Yeah, 548.
Yeah, so there you go. Do the math. So let's just say it was 2,000 for 500. So he would have used what is that? 2,000, 35 times 500?
2.4.
What's 35 times 500? I'm sorry, yeah, 35 times 500. I don't have a calculator. I don't need to. Hang on, I'm about to do long math. Are you serious? All right. Let's see. 0.
15. Yes.
17,500 is what it would have took if he just straight mined it. I think no, 175,000. 175,000. He just straight mined it.
175,000 Tron.
No, not even 0.0571. If I just did the math right, 17,000 Tron is what it would have taken. He said 25,000
to get to 70.
Yep.
25,000 Tron to get there.
Yeah, he said it took him 25,000 trying to get there. That's not an enormous amount.
That's not bad. That's an ROI in about 50 days, and especially with how strong they're being right now and only paying 77% out of their dividend pool. That's pretty healthy.
What do you guys think about that? Only paying 70%.
I like it. I've seen it or close to in a couple other Dapps, and I like it because it's more of a consistent payout as long as you keep up with with dilution.
Yeah, that's the big one.
As long as you keep up with it, you're good.
The reason you get diluted is because it's so cheap to mine. I mean,
yeah. And it's just enough right now for them to also want to inspire you to take your dividend payout and remine with it to keep ahead of dilution.
So here's my strategy. You want to hear my strategy for Bet Fury now?
So
when I get my divs...
How many do you have? Wait, before you go to your strategy, how much BFG do you have?
35,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mined a little bit before this stream. So
I'm just a baby.
Yeah. So here's what I do now. I take my dividends, and there's no need. So I take my dividends. Let's say I get 200 in dividends. Okay.
Okay.
I look at it, and I like to do the 80. If I'm gonna be watching it, I like to do the 89% strategy. And then so you make a base bet of like 89%.
Yep.
And then if you lose that, then I go back to, I think it's 65. I double the bet. I make a bet at 65, and if I win that bet, then I'm able to go back to my 89%. And if I lose that bet, then I just stop. But so the goal is, let's say I have 200. If I have 200, then I'm pretty aggressive because I know the number. You know, it takes luck. So here's what I do. I'll use like a 50 and 100. So I'll have a base bet of 50, and I'll go to 89%, and I just start mining until I lose. And when I lose, I double it to 100, and I'll go to the whatever it is, 65%, right? And if I win that, I get it back and I go back up. So that's the strategy I'm playing with, and my goal is to take that 200 to 400. So my goal every day is to double my my withdrawal. Now here's what happens if I double it. If I go to 400, I pull out 200, and that's my profit I pull out, and I leave 200. And so the next day, let's just say that I get 250. Now I'm going to have 450, and my goal is to double that. And if I double it, great. I pull out 450, and I leave 450. The next day, if I get 200, now I'm at 650. The reason I do it that way is because it kind of solves a lot of issues all at once. It gives me a way to pull some off. It gives me a way to not only keep mining, staying ahead of dilution, but the other thing that it does, if I hit a few winning days, it allows me to play with a bigger stack, which of course allows me to mine faster. And on there, it allows you to do a lot of things. It allows me to mine faster. It allows me to hit the rank levels. Their rank system is crazy. It allows me to hit the rank systems better, getting the higher cash back. And the big thing for me is I want those bonuses.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So my next bonus is 1,000, I think, and the bonus after that, which feels like a long ways away, is like 5,000.
Yeah.
And so so it allows me to. So it kind of gives me, as long as Bet Fury stays around for a while, that should essentially work for a long time without me having to actually put any more in. And if I lose, if I have a day where I lose my stack, so what? The next day I start the next day with the next dividends, I start that strategy all over again.
But you would have to remember, if you on your cash back, as you start winning back, your cash back will go back down.
You're never gonna win your cash back.
I've won my cash back.
No, just in the short term. Keep playing. I promise you lose.
I mean, I'm up about 4,000 Tron on.
Nerdy, how much have you been up before?
You have.
Yeah.
On Bet Fury.
No, in general, and you've done the whole gaming Dapp thing for a while.
Oh, I've been up like 80,000 and then down to 0 in the same day.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, if I would have walked away when I was up 77,000 frag.
Yeah.
And if frag is worth, at the time frag was only worth about like 1 Tron, so that would have been 77,000 Tron. And I started that with only like 3,000 frag, and I was drinking, so of course I didn't walk away because I'm stupid. But if I cashed out 77,000 frag today at what Tron, it's a 4 Tron per frag. Oh god, I'm gonna have to do the math on that. Luckily I parked. So let's say 77,000 frag at about 4 apiece. We're looking at 308,000 Tron.
And Tron is 0.018972 right now.
Yeah, that's just shy of $6,000.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about.
Yep.
That's crazy. So the thing is, you can always have times when you're up, and who cares? I mean, like, I really don't care about the cash back. It's a nice consolation, I guess, if you lose to be able to click everything and be like, well, I got some of it back. The goal is to never have cash back. If you have cash back, it means you were losing.
Right.
So and that's I do 10 bets at 95%. If I lose, I do 320 at 95%. I win that 10 back, and I just keep mining.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I've done stuff like that. I went for a long time just doing the, if I lose, martingale it back. I mean, I took 5,000 Tron up to 12,000 Tron on BFG, and then eventually, drove it all the way down. But then the last like 3,000, I was like, I wonder if luck's on my side again. So I started martingaling it, wondering if I could get it back up to like 6 or 10,000. Of course, I lost it really quick. Anthony said that he spent 21,208 Tron. He's at 70,500 BFG right now, and he gets 485 Tron a day. Good job, Anthony.
How much was his cash back?
I don't know. He didn't say. But some of those Wink players are freaking. Some of those guys are nuts, man. So the size of some of those bets, I'm like, the thing that there are people over there in Wink that clearly are dropping $100,000, $150,000 USD to mine that token. I just think to myself, what in the world are they doing with the rest of their money?
Oh, it's crazy when you watch the high rollers and all that.
Yeah. He said that he sends his cash back reward to his wallet and he reinvests it daily till he builds it up to 1,000 Tron a day is his goal. That's a good goal. I just wonder how long or how hard it'd be. See, here's the thing. It's easy to stay above dilution right now because it's slowed down. So it's easy to stay above dilution. But if this thing keeps getting big, at some point it creates attention. I mean, it gets to 10 million, 15 million, 20 million, 30 million. It starts to create attention. And then there'll be a lot of players will all start getting diluted. But divs will go up too temporarily.
And links will be in the description for Bet Fury for all of our live streams.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. He said cashback reward depends on how much you play and how big you beat. Did you guys see have you guys looked at the ranking system? The top rank, I can imagine how much it would take to get there. See, here's the thing on Bet Fury. I can't believe some of these Wink players hasn't caught on to Bet Fury. Wink doesn't pay you nothing back for your losses. When you're able to get 25% of your losses back, that's an enormous amount. And there are plenty of those players that would hit that top rank.
Well, I mentioned that when we talked about Blades was the fact that even if you lost, there's still like a little bit of hope and a little bit of give back,
Yeah. Well, look, here's the other thing. At 25% back, first of all, the top rank, they pay you 1 million Tron.
Yeah.
Like, that's a nice consolation, Hey, thanks for the 1 million Tron.
Yeah. But hey, Nerdy, I gotta jump out.
All right, you gotta go now?
Yeah, I gotta jump off the stream. It was a pleasure. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Like, comment, subscribe. Well, you gotta go back and listen because I'm gonna talk about the $200,000 challenge right now.
All right, I'm gonna look at the timestamp and see what we got. All right.
Yeah, we'll wrap this up. But so the $200,000 challenge, because I want all three of us to consider doing this because we're all messing with the Faucets. We all mess with the. So here's the idea with the $200,000 challenge, and it's basically taking your guy Cryptopolis Prime or whatever. It's using part of what he was doing, So the idea is to run the MazeBot. Now, if you have referrals, it's going to get there a little bit faster. But I did the math on the MazeBot. Right now, of course, this is going to vary based off the price of BTC. But right now, if you have the 1,000% running, the reward points. If you don't have it, you can build up to it. But if you have the 1,000% reward points running, and by the way, if you actually, and I got the whole video where I discussed this on my channel. It's in the description of this live stream. And I talked about setting up the MazeBot, etc. But right now, it's 460 Tron every hour that I'm getting using the MazeBot, rolling on free BTC. Without referrals, in about 3 months of continuous run, which now, mind you, this is a 6-month challenge, so you wouldn't have to do it all 3 months. You're going to get to about 1 million Tron, not counting referrals or anything. So at 1 million Tron, the idea is to use, what's his name, or whatever he was called, basically Martingale 1 Satoshi, and run it. The idea is not that you're going to win. The idea is to win tickets. Because the last person who just won the Lambo contest got 21 BTC, or $200,000 worth of Bitcoin. He
Right.
got it with 185 tickets.
Yeah.
So the idea really is a 185 ticket challenge. Can you get 185 tickets and then know that you, I mean, history says if you get 185 tickets, you're going to get a 220 Bitcoin. Statues to look at it.
Oh, yeah.
So the question is, can you use that strategy? Because now they have the dailies in place, they have a lot of things in place that can actually help you make your stack last a lot longer. But the idea is, could you use that strategy, use the bot, get to your 1 million Tron, then start playing the multiply BTC, and hope that you can play it enough that you get enough wagers before you lose the stack to be able to get your 185 tickets. And who knows, maybe one of us walks away with 20 Bitcoin.
And then we'll split it.
Yeah. Well,
I'm down.
I'll toss you a Bitcoin. How about that? I'll toss you
That
a
sounds
Bitcoin.
fair. That's fine with me.
One Bitcoin for each other.
Yeah, for the other two.
Yeah, I'm down to do this.
You want to?
I'll set my spot up tomorrow, and I'll watch both of your videos and get it going.
Yeah.
All right, so explain it one more time. So so we set my spot up. It's running 24 hours. We're firing off the rewards. And if you don't have 1,200 reward points to start off, just start it off with like the 600 or the 500 or the lower options to build yourself up, because you're always going to double up how much it costs in the rewards if you're running the MySpot 24 hours.
I was going to ask you about that. I didn't know that. That's good to know. So you can start in the bottom and kind of bootstrap your way up running the MySpot.
Yeah, I think like the lowest tier is like 100 reward points, and then it'll give you like 10 reward points every roll or something like this. So at the end of the day, it's like 120 reward points, and you end up walking away with 240 reward points after 24 hours, and then you do another 120. So, you double up every day.
By the way, turn off your lottery tickets because you get an extra reward point. If you turn off
I do that already.
Ooh, yeah, I think I had that off too. That's a good point to bring up.
And I've got 500 reward points right now, maybe 600.
Yep. So we run to recap, you run the MySpot basically 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you run that in a CryptoTab browser, or while you run the CryptoTab browser. Anyway, you run the MySpot basically 24/7 or as much as you can for about 3 months till you get to 1 million BTC. At 1 million BTC, you do the multiply auto bet running at 1 Satoshi. And the whole goal, really and truly, you're just trying to run through, because every 500,000 Satoshi wagered is a ticket.
Are you martingaling or just setting it and like never increasing the bet?
Martingale.
Yeah,
martingale. Because otherwise you'll never get enough. You have to take the big bets in martingale. That's going to help you ultimately get that thing up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Are you doing 50-50 martingale, or like I personally like 91% martingale?
However you want to do it, it doesn't matter. The math is always the same. It's just psychological how it feels emotionally. But the thing about the 50-50 martingale, it's easy to walk away. It's easy to set.
Yeah.
And
also, Free Bitco kind of has a house edge. Like I was practicing with the 91% on auto rolls the other day, and I would lose like my limit. I didn't want to lose too much. I would lose my limit in like 15 rolls.
Okay.
Right.
There's something against you when you do it that way. There's some house secret rule that just kicks your butt when you do it that way.
Or at least it feels that way. So, yeah. So I mean, they're running off the hash. It's the fairest way you can probably do it. But so the idea is first it runs my bot 24/7. Get to 1,000,000 Satoshi. Once you're at 1,000,000 Satoshi, then it's martingale the heck out of it, trying to get tickets and hope that you can win some dailies or run on some good streaks or keep it. I mean, Cryptopolis or whatever his name is. I mean, he was running martingale like days at a time for like several months. And he ran it up to what, 2 or 3 million before he lost it all?
Yeah, but he was doing all of his crypto tab earnings he was putting into he was converting over to free Bitcoin.
Jeez. But the point is, hopefully, get as many tickets as we can, and the goal is in 6 months, one of us win that freaking 20 BTC or whatever it is in it.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll go fire mine back up right now.
Perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining us. Hit the subscribe button, hit the likes button.
Hit the subscribe, hit the like. Thanks for watching.
Yep, and go check out Mind of Tron's channel. Go check out Nerdy Dude stuff. And we appreciate you being here. We'll have to do this again sometime, fellas. It's been a blast. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
It's been a blast. Take care. Thanks, guys. I'm going to do a live stream with 100 TRX giveaway. After this, gambling on Bet Fury.
Oh, look at that. I just saw your video playing. Your video wasn't up earlier. Look at you. Sweet. All right. Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Take care.